Okay, when you have issues with Webuzo installation not completed, when you have issues like this, okay, there are important information. Whenever you're having installation, you have to rebuild your server, or you're having installation not completed. It is as a result of many a times when we say select a server information is very, very important. The first thing you need to understand is when we look at server information, we are looking at one, we are looking at uh, either Linux, Linux or Windows. Okay, now when we say Linux or Windows, we mean the operating system that is eligible for usage online. So if it is with Linux, please note, Linux have distros. That means distributions. So Linux distributions. If you go online and if you just uh, go to Google and you type Linux distros, probably 2020, 2019, you are going to see series of distributions such as Ubuntu, such as Arch Linux, Manjaro, Debian, Elementary OS. There are so many distributions. Okay, it is important that you select a distribution that your installed application, Linux work on commands. Let me explain this. Linux work on commands. So when you say you want to use Linux, the difference between Linux uh, operating system and Windows is why Windows make use of the mouse and all this. Linux on its own end, you have to make use of commands. So you have to go through your shell, okay, or you make use of your SSH, your PuTTY, and what have you. So it is important that you select a Linux, and of course, Linux is largely used when we talk when it comes to online server, while Windows is largely used when we talk about system, laptop, desktop, and what have you. So when we look at Linux, it is very, very important and useful for us to have Linux installed on our server. But which of the distribution, which of the types of Linux server or Linux distribution, distros, will you install? The most important thing is you first of all need to look at which admin panel uh, our solution or admin panel software. Let me use admin panel solution. Which admin panel solution do you want to install, okay, on that operating system? There are two things now. We have operating system on the server. We now have admin panel that will work with that operating system on the server. So you have to select a server operating system based on your preferred admin panel. Now, the issues that I have and I've been recommending, and I really appreciate Contabo as a server provider. They are doing great. It is not just a talk of, and they are very, very good. And for you to get to Contabo, I've put a link in the description. You can make sure when you come to Contabo, select basic thing, select a VPS solution, and under your VPS server, I prefer that I recommend that you make sure you look at the features, of each of these solutions. An average server of 4 core with SSD, 100% SSD hard disk solution it's very, very good. Okay, we have 8 gig RAM we have hard disk space of 200 gig, 100% SSD. You have all these solutions you can, and at a very easy and affordable price per month. Okay, now when you select this service, you have only selected a server. Okay, and you have to then select the preferred operating system that you would install or you want to have on your server. Then what do you need to consider when you are selecting your preferred operating system that you want Contabo to get you? You have to consider your own admin panel solution. For instance, if you want to make use of the basic one is cPanel. That is the most popular one, and the second one Webuzo. If you look at the two, okay, cPanel has admin unlimited admin users, okay, while Webuzo only have single admin user. If you create unlimited websites, you are still going to be logging in using a single admin username and password into your root and what have you. And that is just the difference. Every other solution, okay, is still being handled by Subtaculous. Let me explain. When you come to Webuzo, webuzo.com, you have to look at their installation, their requirements, and of course when you go to cPanel, so you have to consider what is their requirements, installation requirements. So for cPanel installation, and if you go to this installation guide, you are going to see some requirements, what they want, what they don't want. Okay, so and you are going to also see the system requirement. Let me click on system requirements. Okay, hardware requirements, the preferred control panel CentOS 7, Cloud Linux, RHEL, and all the CentOS 7. We have versions, CentOS 7, 06 is out of. There is something called end of life. Under this panel, you also have issues of end of life. Let me just explain that. Let me go to Google and I'll say CentOS 6, CentOS 6. So we want to look at CentOS 6 end of life. Okay, end of life means the duration when the application is built and when the application support will terminate. Okay, the application CentOS 6 was released so date. There's no support for it again. There's still support for this. There's support for this. Okay, and you can see it was up till this day, all the support will be up to this period. All the support will be up to this period. All the support will be up to this period. So, and you can do a bit of research. So why am I going through this? So that you will not be having issues like your application not installed, or you have issues like the application installation not done. Then the reason is that you did not select an operating system environment that Webuzo can actually thrive, or you even make use of cPanel and you are having issues like cPanel that detected an unsupported distribution of this is an error. The error came because there was no valid file for this distribution. Now, what am I talking about? When you go to your Contabo, know what you want and know the operating system you are choosing. For most of my tutorials, for those who follow me online, I always say select CentOS 7. Select CentOS 7 and the support will still be available for you till 2024. So you have no reasons for having any issues when you want to install. When you want to install with CentOS 7, the procedure is very simple. You come to your PuTTY, you put in your IP address, you log in as a root, and they will have given you your root, your password and everything. You are going to put in the password. Okay, once you put in your password, you would see your environment, and there will be a link to the description, to the installation. This is Webuso documentation. Like I've explained, this is cPanel documentation. Each documentation is explaining that there are requirements, okay, for you, okay, and if you want to install, you can make use of these requirements. So it's better you select CentOS 7, and of course I am very sure that Contabo already have CentOS 8 available. Okay, so there will be an upgrade on this installation menu file later, but that is from Contabo, not from me. Having said this, select the installation requirements that is available, and if you are making use of cPanel, kindly select what is also available, what is required of cPanel, okay, so that you will not be having issues with what installation can you install. What when you come to this place, you can select these CentOS that is largely used. All these are then selected for other functionalities. Like if you want to use WebMin and what have you, then you can select others. You can also look at all these. So these conditions are very available, and most important, you understand that this operating system is most important. Select OS 7, okay, so that you will not be having these errors that we have just experienced. And if you have this, there is a way out. I'm going to do another video on changing how you can change your operating system from one to another. So thank you and God bless.